Yadi, because I had no clue what the hell you were talking about.
Oh, Nagor is the guy
There's
that
a
interviews
ghost.
like
I know.
people, especially rappers, but he knows a lot of history of them people. And
Okay.
he will end his interview with that. Or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the dude
Cool.
that he will give them information about them, and they're like, "How do you know that?" Like, not a lot of people know that. It's like, "Oh, like this," and he'll give them another fact, and they're like, "Wait a minute, what's happening?" Well, did you guys watch Daredevil Born again, or
Did
just
we?
watch it once?
I don't know. I mean, I was born, not again, but yeah. So
I was
born
I was
again.
removed.
That is true. That is true. Well, we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again. So just stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. You guys just stay right there. I don't know why you would leave.
Welcome to the Nerd Archive podcast.
The little guy, Bilbo or Pippin, whatever the hell his name is.
Nintendo fans, I see a lot of people getting, just freaky corner.
oh my god, that
I don't
is
remember
a
that.
fucking callback. I was waiting for the transition to come back because I was gonna say, yeah, it's Lewis's first time. Be gentle. No, don't. Be go and dry and be rough as you can.
That's my typical Friday night. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Archive podcast. I am Lewis. With me, as always, I got Lola, Justin, and Yadi.
I am Yadi.
Yeah, I was going to add something right before, and then I couldn't say. I couldn't remember what I wanted to say, so I just blanked out. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Today's my first day back since last week, how we recorded normally. I don't know what I'm talking about. The point is, Daredevil Born Again.
Woo.
What?
Yeah, they started very strong.
Yeah, like when they said, hey, this is going to be a rated R show, they did not hesitate. They did not lie.
They're off to a really solid start, I think.
Solid, not like me. Whatever. The point is, what do you guys think of it? Not me, the show.
Well, the show, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, I don't know.
I've been better. Carry on.
The show started very casual, like, oh, look at them all together, happy family,
Bam!
And just like that. Right on the bullseye.
It was, to me, it was great because it was like, what's his name? Foggy?
Foggy?
I don't know.
Bucky?
No, I said Buggy, not Bucky.
I said Buggy.
Okay.
Because you said Buggy.
Foggy. Apparently, I am foggy.
A little bit.
Yeah. He gets a call and he's like, from one of his clients, because he's a lawyer, obviously. And he's like, I stashed him. It's like, where'd you stash him? My house? Like, okay. And then here comes Matt Murdock. He's like, okay, I gotta go. Because they hear something on the phone.
Yeah.
And there's struggle. And he leaves. He's almost there. All of a sudden, he hears, "I'm sorry. They just wanted to know where you were." That is the moment Matt Murdock or Daredevil knew he fucked up
Mm-hmm.
because he left them by themselves.
He left him undefended.
That was
Yep.
the point.
Yep. So, and Bullseye, he knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that fight scene, dude.
Yes.
Well made, for sure.
Yes.
I also like that he did not like he had a purpose. He went there with a purpose, and then he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna kill as many as I can." And they just kept like stabbing people
Oh, jeez.
He, not only
replaying it
that.
from the wall.
I
And then
know, but not only that, the pool balls.
the pool balls,
Oh,
yeah.
He was just,
Literally, as they're fighting, he's like preoccupied with the fighting, and then he's like, "I'm just gonna toss this here. Okay, another person dead. I'm just gonna toss this here. Okay, another person dead." What?
Yep.
He's like, let's see if I can break my personal record.
Yeah.
mine's
What
3
their
minutes.
purpose.
I don't know what we were talking about, but the point is, yeah, no, the kill count in the first episode,
Yes.
Pretty fucking high.
11.
Mhm.
I didn't count. I just,
From what they said.
yeah, from the court.
Mhm.
So, but
I don't. We just watched it. I don't know if you remember them, like people trying to like squeeze by them as they're fighting, and then you can see the first people that are trying to squeeze by fall because they're dead,
Mhm.
yeah,
and then people are still trying to squeeze by.
my favorite is when they close the doors and all you can see is the shadows.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Why would you stand in front of the door?
it's a glass window.
And not only that, in my head, I thought that Daredevil was going to be thrown through the wall, through the door. No, Daredevil threw Bullseye and hit the
Mhm.
door and hit the guy. Like, oh man,
Mm.
talk about superheroes just creating chaos.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Goku takes people away, the enemies away from civilization, and then they fight.
Not this
That's-
guy.
No,
Not this guy.
no, he
I
throws
think
it at him.
I think he did it on purpose to some extent to be able to still listen to his Foggy's heartbeat.
Well,
Yes.
it makes, well, I mean, it makes sense that he would stay, that he one of his best friends basically just got
Mhm.
shot. Like like he is not in his right state of mind. And so he does not, at this point, he does not care who's around, who's getting hurt. He's in rage mode at this point, and he's just, they're just beating the living shit out of each other.
When they go up
And-
the stairs,
Oh
Mhm.
God.
how many times did he get stabbed? Because when he gets up there, he's got like, and then he continues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're throwing these things back and forth at each other. It's ridiculous.
They look
And the
ridiculous.
moment the heartbeat stops,
Mm-hmm.
he throws him off.
Yep.
He's like, I give up.
That's
Like, I can't-
smack. That's terrible.
Like,
Oh
yeah.
God. But you knew, like, the moment he hit the
Oh.
ground that he was gonna wake back up.
Yep.
Like
Especially when
I'm
they
like,
panned in.
Mhm.
yeah. And I was thinking to myself, you should have thrown him off head first so that he
Mhm.
landed like that and then basically broke his neck.
I think he tried. To be fair, I think he tried.
I think
think-
he should have just snapped his neck on the way, like before he threw him down, just to make sure.
Probably, but I mean, but that's the thing though. Like you said, he heard when Foggy's heartbeat stopped. And so at that point, it was just like he didn't care because what the fuck is this dude's name? Bullseye.
Yeah.
Like, he was done. He was beaten at that point, and like as soon as it hits Matt that his friend is dead, he's just like, like you could see the color drain, and like he just lets him go
Yeah.
and lets him go right off the roof.
And then he takes his mask off.
Yep.
So that's the whole fight scene, and that scene when he gets thrown off. It's just, they wanted to start with a bang and say, they wanted to make a statement.
And the funny thing
did.
about all this is, they absolutely made a statement. And the funny thing about this is that wasn't even originally supposed to be part of the first episode. That was an addition and a reshoot. How crazy is that?
Well, his two best friends were not supposed to be there in this show.
They were, well, a lot of those, like Bullseye wasn't supposed to be a part of that. Foggy and what's her name weren't supposed to be a part of that.
Karen?
But those, those changes were actually made, and a lot of other changes that you'll see throughout the series were made during the writer strike when everything got shut down, and because it was originally just supposed to be Vincent D'Onofrio and geez, where's my brain going?
Charlie Cox?
Charlie Cox. It was supposed to be them two, but I think the showrunners realized that it wasn't going to get the kind of reception that they wanted it to get, and so they had to make those decisions, and so they brought them back. And I think killing Foggy off on the first episode, as bad as that might seem for somebody, probably was one of the best directions to go, especially starting off that first episode.
Yeah, I feel like it gives him some sort of motivation. Especially like you said, right on the first episode. Also bringing them back. I don't know. I was a fan of the Netflix series. I don't know if it was a Netflix series or ABC, but I was a fan of that series, and I like their relationships together. So the fact that they brought them back,
Their chemistry.
that was their chemistry. That was really nice. That being said, I love his new like bestie. I love that relationship between the both of them.
The new lawyer.
The new lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. I think that the reason that they did that scene was to tie in the first show. Yeah. So that way it felt like a sequel or a continuation of the show instead of a new show.
Yeah.
Like
that was
reboot.
A really good play on their part.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want people wondering, when they're gonna come. They're like, here they are, and this is why they're gone.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Straight to the point.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
See, but that's good though. I like when shows address things, even if it's in passing. Just address it, get it over with, and then move on to whatever it is that you want to move on to.
Right. And I think that the conflict now that he has of not wanting to be Daredevil because of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
However, it does show you a selfish part of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me fighting crime would get people killed, but I kept doing it. But now it hit my turf. It hit me. It hit too close to home. So I don't want to do it anymore. So it's kind of selfish in a way. It's like it's now it's his, so now it's a problem.
Yeah, but I also think that he's having a Spider-Man and Uncle Ben moment.
Mm-hmm.
An
I can see that too.
Crisis, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he told Kingpin, "I'll stay in my lane if you stay in yours."
Yep.
So
and he's
you
already
say
not staying in his lane. So
yeah. He said, "Hey, you say you're going to fix the city. Daredevil's going to stay on the sideline. He's not going to come out. But don't get it twisted. I'll be there."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pretty much. I mean, but he's not going to be able to stay on the sidelines forever. I mean, why else would we have the show then? But yeah,
Yeah, it's not called Matt Murdock.
Yeah, right.
Born
No,
again.
but that's the thing though. It's like obviously, you know, Wilson Fisk couldn't stay in his fucking lane for long because, you know, the case in point, the second episode when he blackmails the chief of police to stay on the job.
I think like the chief of police said, like, once a thug, always a thug. And it's the with Fisk, what I've seen is that he tries to be like good, but it's from a misguided, you know, side, from a misguided point of view. And so as soon as people start being like, you little shit, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no.
Remember who I am.
Oh yeah, no, like you saw shades of his other side come up with that blackmail thing. It's like I'm trying to do better. Just don't push me towards that threshold, because it's like, and sliding that picture towards him, it's like, this is what you can expect if you don't play ball.
Right.
So
Something I mentioned to Trey as well earlier is like, so Fisk, right? He likes using blackmail as one of his, you know, ways of getting people to comply with him. But and then part of the episode is that he's talking about like if you push the right buttons and put the right piece of paper in front of people, like they'll do what you want so they can be easily manipulated. I think he's forgetting that now he's in a very public eye, and his relationship and the one thing that he loves the most is out in the open. And I think one of my theories is that I think that something's going to happen to her, and that's going to have him like dive right off the deep edge and just turn into a full kingpin again.
I can see that. And I'm also, in the first episode, I'm glad that they addressed Echo.
Yeah.
Like, are you a father yet? No. Are you? No, I tried. Tried to take somebody in. Didn't she shoot you in the face?
I thought that was in the No, I thought that was in the second episode.
That was the first episode.
The first episode, yeah.
Because fun fact, I didn't watch the second episode.
What?
So you guys talk about it.
Oh well, sorry for the spoilers.
No,
Come
I don't care.
on.
I didn't realize there was 2 episodes. And then I started watching it too late. And I had shit to do.
Well, darn.
But
yeah,
I will be watching the next 2. Because the first episode got me hooked. It's just, as soon as I saw there was a second one, I was like, oh, God, there's 2. Of time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's another one of those, it's I feel like it could be a return to form for Marvel with this series, depending on how it goes. And based on these first couple of episodes, I do feel like it, for the most part, lives up to the Netflix series. Like, it feels like, it doesn't feel like something else. It actually feels like season 4 of Daredevil.
Right.
So
I can't wait to see what's his name? The Punisher.
yeah. I feel like he's gonna come back as well.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's already, I mean, Marvel Studios has brought him back, so you know he's going to appear in this. Plus there's been some small teasers with some of the bad cops having the sort of Punisher logo tattooed on them. And so, and then
you see it on the trailer that they did like last week or 2. It show his shirt
Yep.
coming through.
Yeah, no, he's coming back.
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
They show White Tiger in the news and one of the TVs in the background. I don't remember which episode it was.
The first episode when they're in the bar before everything happens, the cop is retiring, and it's like, yeah, but you're gonna let White Tiger and Daredevil do this. But let's talk about White Tiger real quick. He is the first Puerto Rican superhero, and in the comics, and then now in live action. But we won't. I don't think we're gonna get him again because the actor passed away from cancer a couple years back right after they finished shooting his scenes.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, unless they recast,
They probably will because
it's certainly a possibility, but
yeah.
that all depends. But that all depends on once again.
storyline. Yeah.
Well, yeah, storyline, and obviously how also like audience reception of the series itself.
right?
Mhm.
And so it looks like, from what I'm seeing, it looks like they're splitting this into 2 seasons. So you're gonna have 9 episodes for this first season, and the remaining 8 is going to be the next season. So I'm curious though how much of a break we're gonna get in between.
Hope it's
I
not
hope
a
not too
long
long.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the typical 6 months to a year.
Here you go, so you can renew your subscription next year.
Well, with TV, didn't they like used to do like, okay, you get up until like November, December, and then at the beginning of the new year, here's the second half of the season.
Yes,
Like back in the day.
but also the new season wouldn't start until, and they always started on the same month, like depending on the series.
Mm-hmm.
Supernatural always started in October for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So you get October, all the episodes through December, and then you would get a 3-week or month off without episodes, and then it will start back up for the second half of the season, and then it would end around March or April, and then you wouldn't get another one until October, which you don't wait a year, obviously, because from the moment that the season ends to the new one, there's not a year. But with these shorter shows, it feels like a lot longer because you get them for 8 weeks if they don't release all 8 episodes in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So, or Stranger Things has been on. We've been waiting for 2 years now.
Yeah.
All grown up with beers.
Yeah, pretty much. What's going on, Kevin? Welcome in. Disney for everybody. We like Disney. We don't agree with a lot of decisions they made in the past.
Yeah, pretty much.
Star Wars. But the theme park part of Star Wars is good.
Yes, it is.
So,
It's one of my favorite places to go to.
yeah, it's very demure, very mindful.
We'll be there in 2 weeks.
Noise.
But so second episode, what did you guys like about the, like, I don't know what happened, so the floor is yours.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Tell me. I fell asleep.
Oh, so obviously we know Wilson Fisk won the election, so he's mayor.
He won the
spoiled.
dang
He
it.
makes,
damn it.
He makes
Dang.
so he makes the address to the city, and is taking his hard stance against vigilantes and blah blah blah. And he does make mention to Spider-Man, which is a nice little Easter egg there.
Did he? Nice.
Yes.
Spider-Man,
So that was-
Punisher, and somebody. Oh, Daredevil.
Yep.
They already
and
got rid
then-
of White Tiger there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you even mention Hawkeye?
He doesn't want to relive that.
He doesn't want the Avengers threat level.
That is a good
enough.
point.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, he did
doesn't-
mention Spider-Man, but
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's the weird thing is, like, he he doesn't like vigilantism, and yet when you have like an Avengers level threat, what choice do you have? Like you kind of have to accept this. I don't like it, but we're gonna die if this doesn't happen. So you can't be hardline when literally the fucking world is at stake. So
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. And then you see him I guess one of the other scenes I thought was interesting because it gave him an opportunity to put himself out there for the people as well. Again, was when he was stuck in traffic, and it was like in the middle of construction. There was this gigantic hole or whatever, and they were waiting. I guess the construction crew were waiting on permits and things like that. And Fisk was like, "Consider it approved. Get to work." And he uses that as a moment to say, "Hey, I'm
to show
I'm
his
getting things
power.
done. Yeah, I'm getting things done. I'm working. I'm for the people and all that good stuff." And because that's what they were trying to. That's what his team was trying to. It was like optics,
Right.
trying to put yourself out there as a force for good, so to speak. And so he took that literally and just took that as a moment to say, "Hey, I'm doing this." And
I have a feeling that that's gonna come back and bite him in the ass.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That specific scene, though, that specific, like...
It's
It's
either
hard
going to be that or there's going to be a trend of him doing stuff like that, and everything's going to come back. There's going to be something in each decision that he makes that's going to come back to it.
Oh yeah.
I think so as well.
And not only that, but they actually both sides actually figured out where the witness was. The guy that the cops were fucking with, the bad cops were fucking with. And so they finally figured out where he was, but then of course the corrupt police officers actually figured that out as well. And so he and Matt Murdock, being the with his abilities, realized that, oh no, I don't have a lot of time. And so he managed to get to him first and got him out right before the police shows up. And it did not go over well for those guys.
Yeah. No, it didn't. He gets
Do we
his
get
ass
another fight scene?
kicked.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
he
did.
gets his ass kicked for like 2 seconds, and then the guy's gonna like shoot him, and he's like, "Don't do it! Don't do it! I'm telling you
Oh, yeah.
right now, you don't want to do this." And the
Well,
guy does.
Oh yeah. Well,
Try.
he was waiting to make sure that the guy he let escape got to his friend, because his friend was waiting at the park, and as soon as he was listening, and as soon as he heard that, then that's when he went into fight mode.
Damn.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Great fight
He
scene.
fucked them up and
Yeah.
killed one of them guaranteed. I think he killed both of them.
That's what I thought too. As soon as he smacked him against the fridge, I was like, that man's dead.
Well, I mean, probably severely fucked up, but the other one, he definitely killed. Like, I think he dropped the other, or no, he didn't. He broke the other one's neck.
Yeah.
And just at the end of the episode, you see him just standing there, like, realizing what he did, because because it took him back to that place in the first episode that he just didn't want to be.
It makes total sense that he goes back to like the dark place. It's just insane how one event can make someone spiral.
Oh yeah.
To be fair though, it's a really big event, and it's I don't know. It's, you know how when you go in time and you try to change shit, if you change that one moment, everything else spirals after that. I think that's one of his moments.
Well, that's him kind of that year between when Foggy died and when he killed those 2 corrupt police officers, that basically is just, that whole traumatic event resurfaced for him. So they basically, like, he never really dealt with it. He just kind of buried it as deep as he could and just kind of ignored it and never truly dealt with the weight of that incident that it took on him, the toll that it took on him emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
So he never truly got over it. Huh?
He should seek therapy.
Well, I mean, his partner tried to his partner tried, but then it wound up turning into something else entirely.
I'm so proud of him. Getting out there, taking chances,
Doing his thing.
doing his thing.
Yep. Matt Murdock shooting his shot.
And that he did, apparently.
The last 2 times that we've seen Matt Murdock, he's shot his shot and hit the bullseye.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now I'm talking about She-Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the walk of shame.
Yeah.
The walk of shame. I like that he was still holding his boots.
Yeah. Also, talking about She-Hulk and Daredevil, that suit. Do you guys know why those colors? Why he had those colors on that suit?
The golden,
the golden burgundy?
maroon.
I don't recall offhand.
Iron Man?
No. And maybe. No, in the original series, in the Netflix series, there's a couple of flashbacks, obviously, but there's a flashback of his dad. And his dad was a boxer. And the colors of his trunks were gold and burgundy. So that's why on this one, they chose those colors as a representation of his dad.
Interesting.
Yeah. I got fun facts for no reason.
Because they're fun.
Yeah. Just TikTok, sitting on the toilet, listening.
We knew you were pooping before this.
No, that wasn't before this, but I was.
I'm kind of hoping, this is stupid, but I'm kind of hoping that they bring like Ben Affleck for like a small cameo.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God. Why?
Yes.
What are they going to do? Pan out to him and Matt Murdock's going to be like, "Are you a vigilante?" And he's like, "I'm Batman." And then walks away.
I mean, if he shows up briefly for a cameo as just like outside of the suit and just like you see them speak briefly, I don't think it's really going to bother too many people. But it's like if you see, but
it's going to bother everybody.
They were going to bring him
they're
in
already
Deadpool.
bothered.
The thing was in Deadpool where they were going to bring him, and they just talked a little bit about him.
Yeah.
No.
I imagine he'll probably show up at some point during Doomsday or Secret Wars.
They could just for 2 seconds.
They'll bring.
I think it'll be
all the
longer
guns.
than 2 seconds, but you never know.
Yeah. We need a little Ben Affleck in there. a little Ben Affleck. Anyways. It's a good start.
Anywho.
It's two really good episodes back to back. I'm excited.
That end scene from the second episode, though.
What? No, shut up. Is there really?
No, not a post-credit scene, but that final scene at the end of the.
I was going to say, because we got off it because I had to do this, and I was like, no.
No, I watched through to completely to the end of the credits, and if there was a post-credit scene, I absolutely would have said something, and we would have been talking about it. But no, like the last scene of the second episode, where you have the two of them, standing, like Fisk and his wife standing on the roof, and then he's standing on the ground, and it's just like that the darkness of that scene,
Mhm.
like super super cool, and I think it
With
could
the
very
lighting.
well set. Yes, it could like it. I feel it's going to set the tone for this entire series,
I think so as well.
and really just it speaks to, I think, as well, like Matt's current state, his current state of mind.
Mhm.
So shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
It's gonna have nuts in it.
This shit's gonna have nuts in it.
Oh yeah. I think it's going to be great. I've been pleasantly surprised by this series so far, and we're only 2 episodes in. It's great. It's great. Like we
It's
need to.
fantastic.
Oh
Agreed.
yes, absolutely fantastic.
3 with today.
Oh,
Whenever we get to
true.
watch
Yeah.
it.
13 minutes ago, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Mhm.
So whatever that time is for wherever you are in the world, what are you waiting for? Watch the episode. But finish
Watch
watching
the
our
episode.
yeah.
After
Finish
this.
yeah. After this, don't go anywhere yet.
So after this, make sure you go onto our Discord. It's in the link in the
Absolutely.
description. There's a link. And tell us how you like it.
Mm.
And does it live up to the hype of the first 2 episodes? Just let us know. We're very interested to know if you like it or not.
Mhm.
We want to hear from you.
We want you.
Oh man, yeah. Gonna be an interesting one, I think.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yep.
I gotta watch the second one.
Yes,
You
you
do.
do.
It's really good.
I gotta rewatch it with my eyes open.
You for sure.
It watched me, so he got the premiere of me sleeping that night. But that's okay. We'll do it today.
Yeah,
Tonight.
yeah.
Well, tonight you get to watch 2 episodes if you actually do watch it.
I
Mm.
know, yeah. Looking forward
Unless
to
you
it.
would just end up falling asleep through the second one.
Yeah.
No, that was very late when I watched the other.
I was gonna say, how late was it when you watched it? Like 11, 12 o'clock or something like that?
Like 1 or 2 a.m.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
I was close. Oh man, yeah. No, I think I was talking. It was right after I jumped off of Discord. The day or 2 after they premiered. Because I was talking with RJ, and he was asking if I'd watched it yet. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait until I go to eat dinner. But then, like, literally like 10 minutes after I jumped off Discord and watched the first episode, and fucking hell.
Yeah. I would say
Wait a-
you had a very early dinner that day.
Well, no, I didn't. I started eating like during the second episode because I was waiting for I was waiting for food to finish and all that stuff. So
Gotcha.
yeah, but oh my god, I was shocked by how they started that first episode. Ridiculously cool.
Mhm. Agreed.
Mm.
I have a question for you guys related to Marvel, not related to Daredevil. Do you guys watch the Marvels?
Yes, I did.
You
I
did?
have not.
Okay. Louis? No?
Can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. Oh. Um Unpopular opinion, probably very unpopular. That's a great fucking movie.
I liked it.
It was so good.
I
So good.
can't see why some people might have not because
Yeah.
of the CGI and whatnot in certain
Yeah.
parts. But story-wise,
Story-wise, it was
it was
really
not that
good.
bad.
The plot was really good. The characters were really good.
And the star was to me was her name? The
Miss
smaller.
Marvel?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's just like she's a teenager, so she's the entire time she's like geeking out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and being funny about it. It's a really good movie. Really good movie.
Well, I mean, obviously, I haven't seen it yet, but based on what I've heard and what I've been reading, like Miss Marvel basically carried that movie, and so
Yeah.
based on what I've heard, it's like if she wasn't in that movie, it probably
Oh
very.
no, you've
But that's probably why they wrote it the way they did too.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you haven't gotten a chance to see it, I highly recommend it. It's really good. It reminded me of old Marvel. So,
Well, I mean, I haven't, like I said, I haven't had a chance to sit down and see it, but I will at some point
Did
because
you watch the show or you haven't yet?
I actually haven't even watched that yet.
Okay. You should watch that first.
yeah,
It's a really good show.
it's a really good show.
His voice is back.
Yay. I don't know what happened. It is what it is. Technical difficulties.
It happens. It
Technical
happens.
difficulties.
It happens sometimes, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're only 40 minutes in. What should we talk about next?
Well,
Things that you gotta watch because apparently you need to watch a lot of stuff to get caught up.
Yeah, he's got a long fucking list.
And the third
True
season of
enough.
What If started very strong too. I don't remember when that one came out. I think
Oh,
it was
season
it
3.
Sometime
Yeah.
last year.
was it like in December or something?
I think so. Yeah, November, December, sometime around there.
Yeah. I don't remember ever seeing like any ads for it, like what
Right.
they did at the beginning. It was like
Mhm.
out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I think that's the reason I missed the entire third season because it's like there was nothing saying, "Oh, this is out now." There was for season 2, and I watched it, and save for like one episode, I thoroughly enjoyed that because I mean, Marvel's What If is always a good watch. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
always.
You know
I
what
really-
show I've been meaning to watch again? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
finish it.
I used to
You do?
like it. But then the story got way off from the MCU because at the beginning it was kind of like
Keeping
It's
up.
because they
yeah, it was like
decanonized
mixed
it.
up. Yeah.
pretty much.
So,
Yeah,
which I don't
every
understand why they
season will come
decanonized
out.
it because it was literally tied in
Yeah.
to the movies.
It's like every time that like 3 or 4 movies will come out, the new season comes out, and it had to do with those. Like
Right.
whatever happened in between, like behind the scenes that we didn't see. Like
Right,
what
yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.D. was doing.
Mhm.
But the moment that S.H.I.E.L.D. like dismantled, there was nothing to keep up with.
It was a fake Hydra.
Mm.
Oh,
Hey, there I am. Connection
Hello.
Hey, you-
issues again.
We got. It looked like nothing happened until you came back.
Yeah. I just thought you were very interested in what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
She happens.
yeah, that it does.
So I think going back to the MCU and Daredevil, I think that I don't want to speak too soon, but every time that a new show comes out, people are like, "Oh, the MCU's back," and then the next one's like, "Okay, the MCU's dead."
It's definitely. I mean, it's going to happen with every single show that comes out, and just It's like it's one of those temper your expectations because you never know. Like Daredevil is going to be. I feel like it's going to be a good series, a really good
Mhm.
series, but then you're going to have people, oh my God, we're so back, blah, blah, blah. And then the very next thing that comes out is just like, oh, it's doom. and gloom and all this other crap. Just like, no, like we all know that the multiverse saga has not gone as well as people have wanted it to go. It's had its moments where it's been fairly good, but in large part, it's just kind of been a bit of a letdown. So,
and don't get me wrong, the MCU before Phase 4 and Phase 5 had ups and downs too, but there were less amount of letdowns than the last two phases.
And we've said it before too. It's like
Yeah.
the expectation is way up there after Endgame. So
Yeah.
therein lies the problem. It's like you can't expect everything to be Endgame level, especially when it comes to the series.
Mm-hmm.
I expected them to start off the way they did with Phase 1 and slowly build towards something big.
Introducing.
Right.
Right.
But
that's what I feel like they're doing right now.
The issue is, though, it's like there's too many directions and there's been a number of missteps. And so you're kind of disappointing a lot of people as well. Even those that don't really have the kind of high expectations of like Endgame level shit every single time. Like, okay, this could have been better. You know, case in
That could have
point,
been a
Secret
meeting.
Invasion.
Or that could have been an email.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Secret Invasion is a prime example of
I'm sorry, that could have been a text.
I think that's the only one that I didn't really care for. Everything else that they've put out, I've been a huge fan of, especially the shows. Like Hawkeye was good, Loki was really good, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was really good, Miss Marvel was really good. Haven't watched Echo yet, but it's still on my list of must-watches. The movie is kind of the same scenario. Like I've liked the projects. I think, like you said, they're building towards something, but they can't build towards something if every project is flunking because people are expecting Endgame. It's not going to be Endgame. It has to build.
The problem is that going with your point, people expect something like Endgame, but what they're doing is that they're bringing the heroes back, but they're grounded. They're like not Thanos level threats. We don't need that all the time. Granted,
no.
Make the CGI a little bit better sometimes, but that's about it. Because oh man, he froze and is not the greatest look.
Not the greatest.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to edit that and I'm going to make it big.
I cannot wait. I can't wait until this Monday when I can finally get rid of Spectrum.
Yeah. But I digress.
Yeah.
The same thing is going to happen with Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man movie, he's going to be again the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So I'm excited for that because I don't need to see him fighting aliens. Because anything before that, we didn't see him fighting aliens.
I was gonna ask, for all of these like smaller superheroes, how often were they fighting in space? In the comics.
In the comics? I mean, it depended on the comic book too. Because they had some series that they did that it was Thanos level threats.
Well, that's what I mean though, but that was the storyline.
Right.
It wasn't always in space. It was I'm assuming mostly grounded because he got the title Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people, I think people are done with the whole grounded thing because we've seen it before.
You're gonna
Because
find
all
it
the bad,
boring.
yeah, all the Batman movies, like the Christian Bale movies, they were all grounded. Even the Superman movies, he fought one villain in Man of Steel. Granted, he was an alien, he was one of his kind, but it was one villain. He came with a couple people, but it's also Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get Spider-Man before what's it called? Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Everything before that, the other Spider-Man movies, they were all like his villains. Nothing too crazy. So all of a sudden you put Thanos in the picture and then everything else is like,
Need to go further into space, apparently.
yeah, why is he he fight Thanos and all of a sudden he's struggling with Rhino? That's probably what the mentality is.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how he's adjusting to, like, you know, we saw him lose Iron Man. We saw him lose Aunt May. I'm excited to see where he goes after this, after how he's grown and how he's changed after those losses and after coming back to a world that's post-blip.
Right. Are we going to see Gwen Stacy?
Yeah, might be.
Because MJ, he left MJ behind because she didn't
Mhm.
remember him anymore.
Mhm.
But I don't think that we're not going to see MJ.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's also, yeah, that's going to be part of the plot.
He'll take a slight detour and then we'll come back to the main road after.
Yeah. So it's interesting what's happening. Hopefully, the Fantastic Four bring back. Well, they're not going to be grounded.
Oh,
There's
absolutely
no
not.
way that they can keep that grounded.
For that.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's absolutely no way. And like you said, I think at the end of the day, while we know like we're not expecting Thanos level, superb action, blow everything away, and that's like as long as it's good writing and it's compelling enough to keep you interested and whatnot, I don't think it's going to be a problem. So like as long as and I have a good feeling about Fantastic Four, but I think it really does need to knock this one out of the park.
You mean the Fantastic Pedro Pascal with the other three?
Correct. Thank you. That's the correct title of this.
Yes. I know. Forgive my blaspheme.
You're forgiven. It's okay.
But
Happens to all of us.
Yep. From time to time, it definitely does. But yeah, I think with the apparent success and hopefully continued success of Daredevil Born Again, and we've got the upcoming Fantastic Four first steps. They definitely, I think, need to really just hit this one out of the park in order to maintain that momentum and keep everybody thinking that, okay, this could be really building towards something like MCU is most definitely back, because it's a roller coaster. It's like one succeeds, another fails, and one succeeds, and that obviously gives rise to that talk again. And to be honest, I just get tired of it. But
yeah,
this is the moment for other style movies to make a comeback.
Other style,
as in, movies without superheroes. Because
True.
there was a 10-year gap or a 10-year span that it was, if you didn't make a superhero movie, people didn't even go watch it. I mean, they went to watch it, but it wasn't like things to be excited about.
They weren't waiting in line.
Right. Like you if it wasn't the MCU, it wasn't making as much money. The occasional Disney Pixar movie, obviously, but everything else,
See,
it's just now is the time to see like Oscar performing movies to start making money in the box office again. Because if you think about it, every year that an Oscar performing movie made it to the box office, they didn't make that much money. Because people didn't care for that. People wanted to see fights and superheroes and
we need
tights.
something like we need to bring trilogies back.
Yes.
Like when Harry Potter, or not trilogy, but like book
Franchises.
movies, so franchises. So like Harry Potter, the Twilight, the Star Wars, Matrix, all those movies, Hunger Games, stuff like that.
I mean, now with them bringing How to Train Your Dragon
Oh yeah.
to theater, like the live action, I think that's gonna. How many of those are in cartoons? I don't think I've ever seen
3 or 4.
There you go. So at least you can expect that from that
Right.
franchise.
Because I
Which
know that
the
the
trailer
first
looked
one's
very
going to make good money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trailer looked very good. So it's gonna get me to watch the cartoon version first, and then I'll watch the real one.
Yeah, that's also like I like in theory, in paper, I like the movie, but I've never seen it. Like the idea behind How to Train Your Dragon, like Vikings and dragons and all that. To me, that's like I love that.
Yeah.
But I never watched the movie. I don't know why. It's probably one of those movies I'm going to sit down and watch, and I'm going to have it on repeat for a couple of days because I'm going to enjoy it.
You see the trailer and you're like, good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. Looks good. I hope they make money.
Gonna love it.
Yep.
And for them making that expansion in the park,
Yeah.
made sense.
I heard it was the employee like showcase was really good.
It was epic.
It was epic. Tudum.
Yeah, I saw the video of them employees reacting to like walking in for the first time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised they allowed that.
They are steering away from how Disney is doing stuff at the parks for employees. But anyways.
Well, if you ever notice, if you go on what you call it, on YouTube and watch like theme park days, like vlogs and stuff, the ones that allow the cameras on the rides it's Disney. Like Universal doesn't allow, even if it's not a roller coaster, they don't allow recording.
But most of the ones at Universal are roller coasters.
Right. But even the shows, they won't allow it. Like you can do it through the queue line, but once you get in there,
you can't record the show
right away.
No.
Huh.
It takes. I know it's not Disney, but it takes the magic away. And then Disney's like, show everybody so they like it and come and spend money.
Much. It's fucking. It's free advertising, man.
Once the like vlogs blew up when it came to like theme parks, Disney started getting back on track, making money. Because people were like, you know what? I want to go do that. I want to record a vlog over there.
There you go.
And there's people that literally that's all they do. Their vlogs are just Disney theme parks. So
Universal needs to get with the time.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't allow it.
Because they're assholes.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else? No?
No.
Fantastic.
You figured that had to come out at least once in this episode.
I know. I wanted I wanted to throw him off last episode, so I added it to mine. His face is like, that's my shit. No pun intended.
How dare you?
Yeah. Well, we have reached the end of the episode. Thank you guys for joining us today. I hope that you watched Daredevil. If not, sorry for spoiling. There is a spoiler alert in the beginning. Unfortunately, if you're watching live, if you didn't catch it, I'm so sorry. However, make sure you join our Discord and let us know what you think of the show. And if you don't want to tell us what you think of the show, just join the Discord. It's a great community. We just like to have fun and we're nerds.
Absolutely.
So if you have any questions about computers, you can go on there. There's plenty of people there that will answer any of your questions. If you want to just talk about comic books, plenty of people there. Movies, games, like video games, anything you can think of. We are there just for you.
Talk nerdy to us, man.
Whoa.
I like that.
Should be his shirt.
That got me sweating. With that being said, thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Why is it? You see, my stuff is not working today.
And here we go.
Well, I'll add it post production. See you guys.